Yo, 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 what's up? This is Buttered Popcorn. I am Marlo, and we are talking about Wolfman. So, this is directed by Lee Winnell, who did The Invisible Man. This one is starring Julia Garner as Charlotte, Christopher Abbott as Blake, Matilda Firth as Ginger. Blake, Charlotte, and Ginger live in the big city. Blake's dad, he grew up in like small town Oregon farm. He gets a letter in the mail saying that his dad has passed away and he is receiving the keys to the farm. And it's this isolated farm in the mountains in Oregon. And he convinces his wife to go out there with him because their relationship's kind of rocky. She's this businesswoman journalist, busy all the time, and he kind of is like a stay-at-home dad. Him and his daughter are really close. And so he convinces her to go out to this farm just for the summer, get away from the city, get away from work, and just kind of rebuild their family life and enjoy the beautiful wilderness, North Pacific. When they go out there, they're driving their truck with all the stuff in it, the U-Haul, and they get attacked by some sort of monster, which is obviously, the movie's called Wolfman, so it's a werewolf. The dad gets cut and basically starts to transform. And all of that is in the trailer, so I'm not necessarily spoiling for you. So Lee Winnell, director. I'll just start with shots. There's some beautiful shots, beautiful drone shots. I would say the shot selection is okay. There's nothing that really stands out. There is a beautiful shot of this valley, which is really amazing. I would say in terms of camera, it was like okay. There's nothing that just really stands out. It's kind of like a generic thriller, I guess. There are some interesting scares, some decent scares, and then there are long parts of the film, and when it's supposed to get good, the scares almost drop off. In terms of acting and what Lee got out of the actors, I would say pretty good. There are moments in the film where the reactions of the people and what's going around them at the time, you're just like, really? Like, you're this calm in this situation? Sometimes it just was really weird. And I put that on the director as well, more than the actor, because the director needs to see that is happening and then give the actor feedback. And if you don't really see that that's happening, then you're not really doing your job. And that comes down to the edit too. There are just some really bizarre times where something crazy and horrible is going down, and the reaction from the actors, it's just not there. It's almost like a blank stare type of thing, and you're like, well, I would be freaking out. So yeah, in terms of directing, I would say it was okay. I would give it like 2.5 out of 5. Christopher Abbott was really good. He was the standout. He had a great performance. He brought much needed heart. Him and his daughter had a good interaction, and him and his wife. The wife, Julia Garner, I think she was good. There were moments, like I talked about before, where she didn't have the reactions that I needed, that I wanted to see in certain situations, and you're just like, yeah, dude, you would be freaking out here. There's no two ways about it, but somehow you're just staring blankly into space. Again, I don't put that solely on her, because there's a lot that could be edited. There's a lot that could be told by the director, and maybe they have those takes, but for some reason they just didn't use it. So that's a problem. And it happens with the kid too. And the kid, like, she was okay. Like, I think she has chops, but they needed someone who would, for lack of a better word, be more scared. You're a kid. Your dad's changing into a wolf man bro, like you would be tripping out. That comes down to maybe script, directing, and the actual actor. And not to say that she was bad, but she was just okay. Acting out of 5, I would give a 3. I thought it looked decent. There was some, I really liked the lighting. He's starting to transform, he's starting to turn into the wolf, and we see kind of what a wolfman would see. This like ultra violet, hyper sensitive lighting. He can see the veins in humans' faces, and you can see their eyes are lit up in the dark, and it's kind of like a predator is able to see this when he's hunting in the dark. And I thought that was really cool. It was kind of an awesome, interesting take on what a predator would see. And when he's changing, there's all these really cool lighting setups that they do on set, I believe. They're in the house and he's like sick, and then he starts to see the world in a different light, and we literally have the lighting on set change and turn off and get darker and get brighter. And the camera movement in those at times was really cool. We see kind of like transition, like 360 dolly moves. It was really cool. I liked that part of it. There was a lot of the film that was just kind of generic shots. So I think it was a good mix of really cool. I mean, I don't know if a good mix. I would like it all to be great camera shots. But, you know, for a film like this, I thought they did a pretty decent work with lighting and camera. So overall, I would give it a 3 out of 5. There were some really cool moments, but a lot of it also was not that cool. I thought the like family drama part was good, but I actually wish there was more with the Wolfman, with the werewolf, with transforming, with the scares, with the horror of it. I think that's the part that they really lacked in this film. And more to transition more to that side, and you know, you can keep the family drama, but it can always be the heart of it. But this is Wolfman, like we want to get into this, like that should be the main part. And I think that was where this film didn't succeed, is where it should have, which is the scary, the horror, the body horror. There were some interesting, cool body horror moments, but they didn't fully dive into it. And in terms of the like practical effects, you know, the makeup, I thought it was good, but yeah, I don't know. I was going to say that I wasn't fully on board with the monster, but I'm at least glad that they used practical effects and this wasn't just a CGI fest, because you really had just dudes in makeup and body hair, which is cool. I really like that, right? I'm not I maybe wish the design was better, and I don't know, like without you seeing it, you can't really, you know, make a judgment on that. But I just felt that the design could have been better. So yeah, the story I think had heart. And another thing is when we get to the climax, like, you know, this should be the most intense, crazy moment. It just wasn't. And there was some callbacks to the earlier in the film, but I just, like, you need to have the viewer on the edge of the seat freaking out or crying or scared or blah, blah, blah. That just really didn't happen in this. It hit a plateau and then it never went above that. So yeah, I mean, story was decent. I would say it's a letdown in terms of the horror of it. The whole Wolfman thing, and do we want to know more about it? We want more interactions. We want crazier scenarios. We want more body horror, and it just didn't deliver on that front. So story, I would say it's like a 2.5 out of 5. It just could have been a lot better. Overall, I would say that I actually thought the film was okay. I didn't think it was horrible. I just thought it was like a decent film, and I was glad that I went to the theaters. Like there was some good sound, good visual effects, some decent jump scares. I didn't hate it by any means. I like the family drama aspect of it, the acting, but they should have dove deeper into the wolf man, the horror, the scariness. All of that should have been way, way more, and it could have made this film a lot better. So out of 5, I would give it a 3, which is pretty decent. I would say I would go watch it in theaters. Like, I enjoyed it. Anyways, thank you for watching. That's my review on Wolfman. If you liked it, please subscribe and like the thing, the algorithms, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, and peace out.